In the beginning, God said, "Let there be light." And now, 13.8 billion years later, humanity's most powerful telescope is staring back at that every moment. What it's seeing shouldn't exist. Galaxies, fully formed, structured, mature, existing just hundreds of millions of years after the Big Bang. Scientists around the world are scrambling, because according to everything we know about physics, these galaxies are impossible. So the question everyone's asking isn't just, what are we looking at? Because if physics is broken, God is back on the table. But if physics is right, then we must completely rewrite the story of creation. We shouldn't be seeing this. That's what they're saying in the halls of NASA, in the offices at Cambridge, in research labs across the planet. Today, we're diving into the discovery that's shaking cosmology to its core. Stay with me, because what you're about to see changes everything. Let's rewind. Let's talk about what we thought the early universe looked like. According to the standard Big Bang model, here's how creation unfolds. 13.8 billion years ago, the universe exploded into existence. For the first 380,000 years, it's pure chaos, a dense fog of particles and radiation. Nothing can form. No stars, no structure, just soup. Then slowly, the fog clears. Gravity begins pulling matter together. The very first stars ignite. They're tiny, they're simple, mostly hydrogen and helium, no heavy elements yet. It takes hundreds of millions of years for the first galaxies to assemble. Small clumps of stars, scattered and chaotic. Nothing organized, nothing complete. These early galaxies were supposed to be messy, irregular, like cosmic toddlers learning to walk. And they definitely weren't supposed to have the heavy elements needed for planets, or life. That was the plan, that was the prediction. But when JWST pointed its infrared eye toward the edge of time itself, it didn't find chaos. It found an order. Perfect spiral structures, massive galaxies, shining with impossible light. Things that shouldn't exist, existing anyway. Let me introduce you to 3 galaxies that are breaking the rules. Glass Z12, observed at a redshift of 12.5. That means we're seeing it just 350 million years after the Big Bang. It's not a clump, it's not a proto-galaxy, it's complete. Ceers 1749, a disk galaxy, with structure, with symmetry, appearing when the universe was barely 700 million years old. According to our models, disk galaxies take billions of years to form. This one did it in a cosmic instant. And then there's Maisie's galaxy, named after the scientist's daughter, glowing bright red in JWST's infrared sensors. It's one of the earliest galaxies ever observed, and it's enormous. Here's what's driving scientists insane. Order where only chaos should exist. Structure where physics says none should be. Elements required for future life, already present. It's like the universe knew we were coming, like the stage was set before the play began. These aren't just galaxies, they're evidence. Evidence that something happened in the early universe that we don't understand. Something fast, something directed. So why is this such a crisis? Because for these galaxies to exist, 3 impossible things had to happen. Stars had to form faster than physics allows. Star formation is a slow process. Gas clouds collapse, gravity compresses them, nuclear fusion ignites. It takes time. But these galaxies, they went from 0 to hero in a cosmic heartbeat. Heavy elements had to exist before they should. Carbon, oxygen, iron, the building blocks of planets and life. These elements are forged in the cores of dying stars. First-generation stars had to live, explode, and scatter these elements into space. But JWST is finding heavy elements too early, before enough stars could have died to make them. It violates our expansion models. The universe was smaller back then, denser, hotter. Conditions were hostile to galaxy formation. Yet there they are, thriving. Either our physics is wrong, or something jump-started creation. And that's when the whispers begin, the whispers about design. Because if the universe didn't assemble itself naturally, then what did? Here's where things get even stranger. The JWST discoveries aren't happening in isolation. They're part of a much bigger mystery. Scientists have known for decades that the universe is fine-tuned for life. What does that mean? It means the fundamental forces of nature, gravity, electromagnetism, the strong and weak nuclear forces, are calibrated to absurd precision. Take gravity. If it were just slightly stronger, stars would burn too fast and collapse before life could evolve. If it were slightly weaker, stars wouldn't form at all. Or dark energy, the force pushing the universe apart. If it were even fractionally different, galaxies would never form, or the universe would have collapsed immediately after the Big Bang. The cosmological constant, the density of matter, the ratio of electrons to protons, every single one, perfectly balanced. Change any of them, even by a fraction of a percent, and you get no galaxies, no stars, no planets, no you. So here's the question cosmologists can't escape. Did the universe tune itself, or was it tuned? And now JWST is showing us that this fine-tuning wasn't just eventual, it was there from the beginning. Let's lay out the two options. Option A, pure chance. The universe is a cosmic accident. The Big Bang happened, laws of physics emerged randomly. Constants happened to land in the narrow range that allows complexity. Early galaxies formed because, well, eventually with enough time and space, unlikely things happen. Fine-tuning? Just luck. We exist because we have to exist in a universe that allows us. It's survivor bias on a cosmic scale. Option B, creative intention. The initial conditions of the universe were set deliberately. The constants were chosen. The laws were written. Order isn't a glitch, it's a blueprint. It was prepared for it. Albert Einstein once said, "The most incomprehensible thing about the universe is that it is comprehensible." Think about that. We live in a universe governed by mathematics, by elegant equations, by laws that humans can understand. Why should that be? If the universe were truly random, it could have been anything. Chaotic, senseless, unknowable. But it's not. It's ordered. It's beautiful. It follows rules. And JWST is showing us that those rules were in place from the very first light. Let's go deeper. What if JWST isn't just seeing early galaxies? What if it's seeing the moment of creation itself? Scientists have long predicted the existence of population 3 stars, the very first stars in the universe, made of pure hydrogen and helium, no metals, no heavy elements. These stars would have been massive, hundreds of times the size of our sun, burning brilliantly and dying quickly. When they exploded, they scattered the first heavy elements into the cosmos: carbon, oxygen, iron, the seeds of future life. And here's the thing. JWST may have actually detected signatures of these first stars. Let there be light. That's not just poetry. It's a description of the universe's first illumination. And now, for the first time in history, we're seeing that light. But here's what's astonishing. Those heavy elements, the building blocks of planets, of water, of life, they appear earlier than expected, which means the universe was prepared, in advance. Not just prepared for stars, not just prepared for galaxies, prepared for us, for consciousness, for observers, for beings who could one day look back and ask, why does any of this exist? If that's not evidence of intention, what is? Now, let's talk about the really wild idea. Some of these early galaxies aren't just mature, they're weird, too symmetric, too luminous, too perfect. Astronomers have noticed something strange. Certain patterns in the light, certain configurations of matter, things that look almost artificial. Could these be megastructures? Not galaxies, but constructions, built by an intelligence so advanced it existed when the universe was still in its infancy. Some scientists have quietly speculated, what if the early universe wasn't empty? What if something was already there? It's a seductive idea, and honestly, the data doesn't completely rule it out. But here's the problem. If intelligence existed then, who designed them? You see, the alien hypothesis doesn't solve the mystery, it just pushes it back one level. If life arose that early, it required the same fine-tuned conditions, the same perfect constants, the same impossible galaxies. So even if we're looking at ancient alien technology, the question remains, who set the stage? And that brings us back to the beginning, back to the question of creation. So let's address the question directly. Here's the honest answer. No. Science doesn't prove or disprove the existence of God. That's not what it's designed to do. Science observes, measures, tests, predicts. It detects patterns, and it has detected patterns, remarkable ones. Fine-tuning of cosmic constants, early structure where chaos was predicted, heavy elements appearing ahead of schedule, galaxies that look prepared. But here's what science can't tell you. It can tell you how something works. It can't tell you why it exists. Science can explain the mechanism of galaxy formation, but it can't explain why the mechanism exists in the first place. Belief is a choice. You can look at the same data and reach different conclusions. A believer sees the hand of God, purpose woven into creation, a universe that meant for us to be here. A skeptic sees the brute fact of existence, no meaning, no purpose, just physics playing out according to its nature. Both are looking at the same universe. But what JWST has done is make the question unavoidable. It's forced us to confront the strangeness of existence, the uncanny precision of physical law, the mystery of why there is something rather than nothing. JWST can't prove God, but it can make you wonder. And maybe that's enough. JWST has not proven the existence of God, but it has proven that we still understand only a fraction of our universe. Our models are cracking under the weight of new evidence. The universe appears more ordered, more complex, more prepared for life than we ever predicted. Each discovery raises deeper questions we can't yet answer. If the universe does have a purpose, science hasn't discovered it yet, but purpose is no longer something we can ignore. The goal of science has never been to confirm beliefs. It's to follow the data, wherever it leads. And right now, the data is leading us into uncharted territory. Early galaxy formation is a genuine challenge to cosmology. Fine-tuning remains an open, active research area. Observations are forcing us to rethink foundational assumptions. Maybe JWST won't tell us why the universe exists, but it's showing us how little we truly know about it. And that is where the adventure begins. Whether you see these discoveries as evidence of divine design, or simply nature surprising us again, one thing is clear. The universe is far more mysterious than we ever imagined, and the search has only just begun. So keep looking up, keep asking questions, keep wondering, because somewhere out there, in the light of the first stars, is an answer we haven't found yet. Stay curious. If you found this fascinating, hit that subscribe button, and let me know in the comments, do you think the universe was divinely created, or are we the product of extreme cosmic coincidence?